Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Daily Dice, where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you, and if you are new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. We do things completely differently here on this channel, so with that in mind, if the messages do happen to resonate with you, it would mean the world to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. With that being said, today we are getting a message from Archangel Michael. He has some good news to share with you. We're going to be using the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle by Raleigh Valentine today. So let us go ahead and find out what that good news is. So let's get one of these out. Archangel Michael, what is the good news that you have for my fellow humans today? What is the good news that you have for my fellow humans? What would you like them to know, Archangel Michael? What is the good news that you have for my fellow humans? What is the good news that you have for my fellow humans? Thank you. What is the good news that you have today for my fellow humans, Archangel Michael? Alright. What sort of light oracle card will help us better understand the good news that you have for my fellow humans? Thank you. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the number 8 card with deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. I just feel like this is a reminder that there's no need to rush to some end destination here, right? You're on the journey, you're on the path, embracing the journey as it is, as it's coming to you. And I know we get so impatient. You know, it's very human of us to feel impatient about the journey and wanting to be so much further along than we are, and feeling like we didn't do something or we missed something because we're not where we think we should be. But what if we're exactly where we need to be? Because that's the reality. If we were meant to be somewhere else than where we're at, we would be somewhere else. So rather than wishing, hoping, and praying that we're further along, or that we are somehow we're missing something, or we're not good enough to know the steps to get us to where we want to be, rather than looking at all of that and letting that deter us from our journey, slow down, take a look at your plans. Are they sound? Are they solid? And start to enjoy the journey itself, because the journey can teach you so much. It's never been about the destination. The goal in and of itself is so that we can start the journey. It's always been about the journey. Alright, so let's get some dice on it and see what else is coming through. So Archangel Michael, what is the good news that you have for my fellow humans today? Archangel Michael, what is the good news that you have for my fellow humans today? Would you like them to know? Okay, so we've got the first house, Sagittarius energy, and we have Venus. So that's, yeah, it's interesting. And the reason I stopped is because it's how you view yourself right now. There's something about it. It's like being very harsh with yourself, okay? And Archangel Michael is saying that the more that you accept yourself as you are, and the more that you recognize that there's nothing more that can be done, you're doing everything that needs to be done in this moment, and trusting that that is good enough, because it's always been good enough. This will help you to feel a lot more aligned with yourself, and you'll feel a lot better. Feel a lot better about where you're headed and what it is that you have to achieve in life, and where it is that your journey is taking you. And instead of focusing on the negative, because the negative is what puts us in that low vibration, it makes us feel really bad about ourselves, and it pulls us away from our natural abundant state. But with Venus energy here, this is all about your self-worth and your self-care, and how you're being compassionate and kind and loving towards you, right? Is that an adventure for you, or is that something that feels like a burden? Why does it feel like a burden if it feels like a burden? Like, what is it about it that seems like it's burdensome? Do you feel like you're not worthy of love? Do you feel like you're not worthy of having good things in life? Do you feel like you always have to struggle in order to achieve anything worthwhile? And asking these questions to yourself is going to help give you a better answer as to what it is that you can focus on right now to unravel so that you can become more aligned in this moment. It's never been about the destination, but if you make it about the destination, you forget to really be present with the here now here moments that bring clarity, enlightenment, understanding, truth, wisdom, all these beautiful things, and even love. Love is at the base of all of these things. And that's what it feels like. It's like Archangel Michael is reminding you that you are love. And the good news is that you are love. Like, what a beautiful message is that, reminding you that you are this beautiful, beautiful individual. You are this beautiful light being. And nothing about that will ever change. No amount of judgment in this world, or hardships that you've experienced in this world, or difficulties that you've gone through will ever change the fact that at your core you are a light being, and you'll always be deserving of love. And when you come back to that state and live in that, then life will seem like an adventure again, and you'll feel like you're more energized and you have more vitality to move on your journey in a different way. All right, we're going to be using the Wild Unknown Tarot today. Kind of been digging this deck this week, so we're just going to stick with it. I forgot to bring out my Archangel Power Tarot today, but that's okay. So Archangel Michael, what is the good news that you have for my fellow humans today? Sorry if the camera's moving there. Dogs are jumping around right now, and my one dog, she's a beast. She's a beast of a dog, and she makes the whole RV shake. So, Archangel Michael, what is the good news that you have for my fellow humans today? What is the good news that you have for my fellow humans today? What would you like to say? Yeah, I do feel like there's going to be some new inspiration coming up for you recently, or if not, it's something that's just happened or has occurred recently. And it's going to be something that really gives you, I keep getting that energy of vitality. Like, it's going to give you life. It's going to give you vitality. Yeah, we have the Five of Cups. Yeah. You know, and it's interesting because the Five of Cups in the Tarot Marseille talks about networking and connecting with people. But here we see the sadness in this card, right? We see that there's a lot of sorrow and disconnect here, and feeling overwhelmed by things in life, like not seeing the gifts that you have, or not seeing the value that you offer and the worth that is inherent to you, right? Standing within the darkness, like this horse is in the dark part of the card and not seeing the light above. And when you get into this low vibrational energy, it drags you in, and that could be due to certain people you're networking with right now, or having to deal with right now. Maybe they're in very low vibrational energy, and to bring yourself back up into that high vibrational energy feels like a drag. It feels like a challenge. Is there a group of people that you can connect with, or something that you can connect with online that will help bring you back into that positive energy, right? What else, Archangel Michael? What is, yeah. This is your, oh, okay, interesting. This is your fortune, okay? Your fortune is to be successful and to see success come, okay? And but you could be down here on chapter 2 and you're wanting to be all the way up here on chapter 8, right? And that's still a long way to go. And that's why he's saying here, it's like, come back to the process. Like, you know what needs to be done. Just keep showing up without expectation. Keep showing up, because expectation is what lets us down. When we expect things of people and we expect things of ourselves, we're always let down. We're always greatly disappointed. So instead of holding expectation like, well, I've done this much work, so I should be this far along now. Instead of holding an expectation there, come back to the process and enjoy the process and focus solely on the process. So if you own your own business and you create a certain type of product, focus on making the product. Don't focus on how much you're selling. It will sell. It will get seen. It will be something that people invest in. But if you're focused on who's buying in and you only get 10 sales a week, you're feeling downtrodden. You're like, oh my gosh, like I put all this work in, I've come so far, but I'm only getting 10 sales a week. What Archangel Michael is saying here is that go back to the process of focusing on the moment. You know you need to make more of your product. And this is just an example coming through. So whatever it is that your situation is, it's like going back to the work that's involved, right? So like if you're a content creator, you have a blog, or you're trying to connect with people online, go back to what it is that you're creating. Just focus on what you're creating. Learn as much as you can. Use this slow time to become as masterful as you can and fall in love with the process again. And that's when your fortune will turn. That's when good luck is coming to you. But see, even with this Wheel of Fortune, there's so many different paths that are conjoined here with all these different strings, right? This makes me feel like it's a dream catcher. And the dream catcher catches your bad dreams, right? Like it's supposed to catch your bad dreams and take them away. And I don't know all the history between a dream catcher, but I do remember that. And so it's just this reminder, like catching the nightmares, right? And the nightmare is getting caught up in the end result. But we live in a result-oriented world. So everybody's in this place is like, oh, I can only be successful when I have results. What if the truth is that you're already successful in this moment? You don't need results to be successful, because you are successful just by chasing your dream, just by taking on your journey, the path in front of you, doing something that no one else wants to do or is brave enough to do, right? And then we have the Hierophant, or this would be the Pope from the Tarot Marseille on the bottom. The key is the commitment, connecting with your spirituality, your rituals, saying your prayers, sitting in meditation, coming back to the key things that have worked to get you aligned and feel free, right? There's always going to be duality on the journey with this lightning back here. We live in a contrast life, which means that there are as many ups as there are downs. That's just the way of the world, right? But without the good, the bad ceases to exist, or what we label as good and bad, or vice versa. Without the bad, then the good ceases to exist, right? So here, without the lightning, thunder ceases to exist, right? It has to happen in order for it to be. And so right now, in order for you to achieve success, you have to embrace the now moments. And what is it that you can do to embrace this now moment to the best of your ability? And that's what's going to bring emotional stability and freedom, and walking away from this sorrow that you feel like you're not good enough, because that's not the truth. You have always been good enough. You've always been exactly what you needed to be. But it's the illusion that you're not, and the belief that's come from that that's deterring you from seeing the actual truth of your inner spirit. Like we have house 1 again, individuality, self-image, and your approach to life. So this has to do with what you're identifying with. Identifying with struggle. Are you identifying with poverty? Are you identifying with hardship? Are you identifying with success? Are you identifying with abundance, right? We don't want to identify with anything, because it's all just an experience, right? Success is an experience. You already are success because it's already existent within the time realm. We just have to vibrate at that successful feeling. And that's what it is. It's all about how you feel about yourself. But if you're feeling down and out, how can you be in a state of abundance when you're feeling like I don't deserve it? It's too contrast energies trying to exist in the same time. They can't. So the universe and source respond to what you're feeling in this moment. That's what happens. So instead of feeling down and out, look at how far you've come and honor the work that you've put forth. And what Archangel Michael is saying is that you've done so much. Why aren't you celebrating what you've done? Right? Because you can't celebrate it until you've gotten a downfall of money? That doesn't make any sense. There are plenty of people who would celebrate where you are right now. And in fact, I really believe that there was an older version of you that would celebrate how far you've come to this day. The younger version of you, I should say, the younger version of you, right? The past version of you, if they looked at where you are today, they'd be completely flabbergasted. So how can you bring back that type of energy? And that's what Archangel Michael is saying, the key to intimacy. We got the key on the Hierophant, or on the Pope card. It says, intimate love is a core need to be met in relation to ourselves and those closest to us. The journey to intimacy often includes learning what love is not. And that it means how we love ourselves too, right? The key to that is, how are we loving ourselves? Are we constantly giving ourselves a bad time? Are we constantly putting ourselves down? Are we constantly judging ourselves? You know, I'm not saying that you're gonna think positive thoughts today and be in a positive mind frame tomorrow. No. But with consistency, discipline, and effort, yes, you will one day wake up and be that compassionate voice for yourself. But it takes showing up, just like you've shown up for your dreams. We have the Scribe. The light attributes preserving knowledge and information, and the shadow is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So again, coming back to this place of your true authentic energy and your true authentic wisdom and knowledge, it resides within you, right? And it's okay to want to mirror other people, right? We do that because we see successful people. We want to mirror them because they've gotten to the place that we want to go at. And that's powerful. That really is powerful on our journey. But at what point are you taking it and making it your own? Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Right? So getting stuck and feeling like you're not moving on, Archangel Michael is saying you are moving, but you're only seeing it from one dimension. You're not seeing it from the bigger picture. And the picture is rather large. On the bottom, we have strength. Yeah, you're so much stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. It's time for you to honor, respect the strength that resides within. Let's get an angel number here for this reading, Archangel Michael. What's an angel number for this reading that you would like to bring forth? Whoa, okay, and I guess these ones want to come through too. On the bottom, release. 876, let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve your highest good. Embrace freedom in your life. I cannot make this up. Okay? It's all about releasing old energy, releasing old patterns and thoughts, okay? Coming into that state of abundance. You are already the existence of abundance. I'm going to move this card back. Okay, look at the self. Okay, how much more clear can we make this message? Spirit self, be who you are as you are. In this here now here moments, okay? You do not need to be someone else, because if you were meant to be someone else, you would have been someone else, but you are as you are, and embracing that and loving that part of yourself. We have the mediator here with the light attributes or gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument, right? The good and the bad. The shadow is negotiating with ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Like, that's the thing. I feel like you don't see the value that you bring, and what Archangel Michael is trying to remind you is just how valuable you are right now. Fear. Okay, so this is one thing holding you back. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Fear is just a test to come back to our resolve to live in the energy of love. to come back to our self-esteem. So self again. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Okay, self. The first house is self. You got the first house twice. We got spirit self, self-esteem. Okay, it's all about how you're seeing yourself. And Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are an embodiment of love. Leo, self. Wow. Okay, can we be real about this message, Archangel Michael? Like, let's be real. Thank you. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. All about yourself, how you see yourself. Okay, coming back to that place of being encouraging to yourself and choosing to be that strength in your life. We have energy here. Where's your energy at? Because that matters, right? Your energy matters in this. So we have self-love. I can't. How many self cards are we going to get in this reading? Like, literally. All right, hold up here. Let me take this off. I'm going to move something off real quick. Hopefully. Yep, there. My mic died, so it might have heard the sound change a little bit, but we're going to go with it. So we've got self-love, prioritize your well-being, and cultivate a deep sense of love and compassion for yourself. Okay, like, seriously. Let's be real. And that was the first card that flew out, and then these two came out. Wow. Shift. Okay, so see how it dropped in like that? I was trying to change it. So shift how you see yourself. 565. We have to take a look at your life and see which areas need to be shifted to bring more joy. Take the time to reassess your priorities and create a plan for yourself. Yes. So, and we've got clarity. Trust yourself in the universe to make the necessary changes to achieve your goals. Soon you'll gain clarity about your life's purpose. So Archangel Michael is reminding you, shift how you see yourself, and this brings in clarity. So let's take a look at your card that we got. I'm going to read this from the book. Wow, didn't I say go back to your prayers? What? Thank you for this confirmation, Archangel Michael. Thank you. We've got number 23, pray from the heart. Prayer really can move mountains. Reach out to the divine with your heart's concerns and watch miracles unfold. You know, an affirmation that I've been using recently that's been really, really powerful is show me how good it gets. That's just, I've been saying that, and it really has made such a huge difference. And being open to what is, not expecting it to be what you want it to be, but being open to what it can be, and you're going to see some really beautiful things, okay? So it says the power of prayer is incredible. It is an open exchange of communication between the divine and the part of the divine within you. It can heal any challenge and bring forth amazing miracles. That is why you are being called upon now to pray from your heart. When your prayers are focused by your emotions and the intensity of your heart, they have more power than the ones that just come from the mind. So again, emotion is everything, right? Emotion is energy in motion. The latter is when you say the words out of routine without deeply feeling their meaning. That isn't to say that prayers are ranked by priority level. A sincere plea in desperate times is valued just as much as prayers of gratitude and affirmation. Even a simple request for a parking space can provide instant results when your heart is engaged in the asking. If you are facing a challenge at this time, or if you want to manifest something magical for yourself, know that the prayer is a part of the answer. Make time for your prayer list every day, but don't let it become an empty routine. Be sure to put your heart into it each and every time. Okay, and so I just want to point out, I pray every day, okay, but I don't pray like you. If you watched my pick of cards, you know I pray on my pick of cards, right? I send a prayer for everybody, but that type of prayer is not how I pray. When I pray, I lay it all down. I talk to Source. I'm like, look, Source, we're about to have a conversation, and I'm going to tell you how I feel right now. And I feel like that's what Archangel Michael is reminding you. Like, you don't have to be, like, okay, oh Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. We don't have to say these empty prayers. And it's not that they're empty, but they've just become so routine without anything behind them. Prayer can be as simple as a conversation with Source, with God, with the universe, with Archangel Michael, with whoever it is you believe in, right? But the way I see it is that Source is my father, my mother, my lover, my best friend, my child, myself. And so I want to be able to talk to Source like I could have a conversation with anybody like that in my family, or with somebody that I trust deeply. And that's how I talk to Source. And so I feel like this is just having a heartfelt conversation with Source right now, right? Just be like, look, Source, I need to lay it all down. I need to tell you how I feel. And I also need to tell you where I'm coming from. And I just need you to hear my prayer. And that's going to mean something. And I also feel like it's going to help you release the sorrow and the feelings of dejection that you've been feeling as well, okay? So this is what I have for you here. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little angel wing emoji down below and say, by choosing to love, admire, respect, and cherish myself, I change the path in front of me from a path of poverty to a path of prosperity. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, please check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that, I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, my spirit guides, and a special shout out to Archangel Michael for coming through on this message today. And with that being said, until next time, stay human. Bye.